Meet the label which brings the neglected masterpieces of the 19th century alive. Meet Opera Rara, the archaeologists of opera. Opera Rara was the brainchild of two friends who were passionate about bel canto, Patrick Schmidt and Don White, two friends devoted to the exploration and restoration of the operatic heritage of the first half of the 19th century, a period which produced a staggering number of operas. Although many of them stood the test of time, a large number of extraordinary works fell into oblivion, often inexplicably. Now, over 40 years later, Opera Rara is still committed to the business of rediscovering these forgotten operatic masterpieces. Operas once threatened with extinction have now been brought vividly back to life through the label's vital work. Opera Rara, the recording birthplace of many internationally famous artists. Renée Fleming made her first recording on Opera Rara. And it is the home of many more celebrated singers and conductors. The label has produced important series of recordings. Il Salotto, a definitive collection of salon music. The landmark anthology 100 Years of Italian Opera. Essential Opera Rara. The highlights of lost works on one CD. The historical BBC recordings which make up the Verdi originals. The label is proud of its long association with major orchestras. Opera Rara is one of the few recording labels dedicated to presenting live performances of its work at the Edinburgh Festival, the Royal Opera House, the Wigmore Hall, the Royal Festival Hall. The company founded a competition which helped launch the careers of young singers. Opera Rara's patrons are passionate about its work. Opera Rara has created important new performing editions of nearly 40 works. It has produced more world premiere opera recordings than any other label. And houses one of the most important specialist bel canto music libraries in the world. Also, in the Opera Rara archive is a collection of rare prints. Opera Rara is run by a small team of dedicated professionals and is possibly the only recording company in the world that makes recordings purely for the love of and enthusiasm for the music.
You need to get out. Okay, we're just about to do a take. Okay, we're ready, we're rolling now, we can start.
The label makes no profit whatsoever, and ploughs 100% of its income back into its work. That pioneering work has been recognized by many thousands of opera lovers around the world. Without Opera Rara, the music world would be a poorer place. Singers and musicians would lose the chance to perform great works which would otherwise rarely, if ever, see the light of day. Opera Rara's survival is vital for this wonderful music by great composers to be heard and appreciated. The funding of Opera Rara, a registered charity, is changing as one of its biggest supporters, the Peter Moores Foundation, winds down its own general funding program. Without financial support, the work of Opera Rara would simply end. We are looking for and need your help.